and welcome to WRPB and WRPB Studios. You know, after my heart attack, I had this whole place renovated, and I wanted to do some of it, and they said, well, what do you want to do? And I said, well, I'm handy. I don't want to paint, okay? So with me is Adrian and Alberto Lozano.
Lozano,
yes, sir.
And you own a company called Lozano Brothers.
Correct.
Bros. Okay, so you're going to find it. What's the website? Let's get that out.
www.lozanobrospainting.com.
Okay. How'd you get into it?
Dad came to Florida around 78. All his other family wanted to fruit pick. He didn't like it. He does not like the heat. He's always loved painting in Mexico. And he came out here, joined, so we grew up painting, going over there.
So you were his painting slaves?
Correct. We never got paid, Dad. We got fed, if you noticed.
Well, it was more of discipline. We get in trouble and we'd straight to work. It's either you go to work or you go to school. So.
Right. Well, you know, and we were talking in the green room, and painting is just not my thing. I remember when things were tough, and I took on a painting job. Go figure that my boss wanted me to paint the top stuff. I'm only 5'2", and the guy who was painting with me, he was like 5'11", and he was painting the baseboards.
Wow.
I'm like, really?
Yeah.
When we were talking in the green room, we were talking about how long you're doing this. So how long are you doing this?
The company, we got it done, established, as they say, 2014.
So about 7 years.
7 years in business, yeah.
Okay, so my question to you becomes, first, you paint. What do you paint? I mean, every painting is just this expanse of things that you paint. What do you guys do?
We like saying we do it all. Anything that has color, we want to be that company that builds anything of painting. If it has color, we do concrete, epoxy, floors.
That's so cool. I think that is so cool.
Yeah. We do our decorating side. You know, it's where we do faux finishes. Yeah. You know, we do that. Anything that has color, we like. We're more on the artistic side. We just always like color.
You know, in this industry, most companies run off of a green screen, like we do, and they have a green material. That was not good enough for me. Okay, you guys are painters, and if you look, you guys can't see it because you see that. But if you look behind on our green screen, that was 3 layers of sheetrock and 18 coats of paint.
18?
18 coats of paint.
I can imagine that.
Perfect. So you guys, and so that's something that you guys can appreciate. Okay, so you do commercial painting, you do residential painting.
Yeah, we do residential, commercial, production, everything that has to do with painting. We take care of it.
Industrial
painting. Right now we're over at Mess RV taking care of their beams. From old rusted red to a bright, kind of like your color blue here.
They were in here.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Okay, they were in here. They did an interview with us. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're doing their beams out there and doing their building there.
They're doing some good stuff out there.
Are they?
Yes.
Okay, so let's get off the residential for a second. Let's talk about commercial for a minute.
Okay.
Like, you see what we've done here.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and I'm colorblind and I still picked all these colors. But do you help the customers decide what would work better? Like you said, the old red rusty beams, and I can picture that in my mind because you go into a lot of industrial buildings and they have these old red.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you say, you know what, you'd be better off using this color because it's going to really pop?
We kind of tell our clients we can give them educated information,
right?
Because opinions are going to get you in trouble.
Yeah.
So we show them, hey, this is what's working. This is what we've been using. What do you like? I can't give you an opinion because at the end, hey, you guys picked it. I don't like it.
Right.
So we help them with education on
colors. You know, colorblind, and we've kind of deciphered that I'm not colorblind really. I'm actually shade blind. Okay. So I can see that's a blue. I don't know what kind of blue it is, but it's a blue. But a purple will kind of look blue to me too.
Wow.
Okay. So it's kind of weird. But I picked these colors, and I think they all match, and I think I did an okay job.
Yes.
Okay?
Very
the
nice
guy
color.
who did the work did an okay job. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that's the problem today. Okay? Everybody wants a job, but nobody wants to work. And there's no pride in work. So when your dad was painted, okay, he probably took total pride in everything he did. and pass it on to the kids.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay.
there it is.
So now my question is, you guys are partners?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And Dad.
Do you
Dad's
want
also-
do you want to kill each other sometimes?
Yeah, that's all a part of the business.
Okay.
You know,
and
you-
you're
but
brothers, right?
yeah,
Yeah, we
at
just
the
have that
beginning-
rule.
At the beginning, you know, you learn and you learn to, you start learning that when you get to a job, just take your time and relax. And now, before it was go in, try to knock it out, and that's where the arguments started coming. And oh, this isn't that. So it's different. But once you learn to cope with each other and understand each other,
It's all part of the game, we
Yeah.
say.
You
it's all
know,
part of the game.
one of the things you said in the green room, which was very impressive to me, is that you run your company like mine, which is very transparent.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
Very.
your workers know everything that's going on.
Exactly.
Okay, your clients know everything that's going on, so nobody is hit with a smack in the face.
Exactly.
And that is why, guys, I always say, use a professional. It's so important to use a professional. One, you get to look them in the face.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'll get into residential, which to me is harder. Okay? One is because you have to please, in industrial and whatever, it looks the way it looks, it's okay, but
Yeah.
it's industrial use.
Yep.
In residential, they look at it and they look at it with a different eye.
Yeah.
Every little thing matters, right?
Yeah.
Like the baseboard, if you're painting the baseboard and it spills onto the wall, becomes an issue.
Yeah.
And straight lines and everything like that. You know, for us as a company, we sell quality. We like to do our stuff the right way the first time. That way we don't have to come back and deal with, you know, situations that could have been dealt with at the beginning. And that's where we strive in this quality instead of, you know, constant more work. No, we want nice work done and have everybody happy. Our clients are happy, we're happy, our team members are happy, and that's being transparent is one way to do it.
All right, so I gotta ask you this because I don't know this industry. Paint. So you hear about this company paint, that company paint. Are different companies' paints any better than other companies?
It's there's huge difference.
Is
Yeah.
there?
And we always respect every company that comes to us for us to try their product.
Right.
Example is my house. I actually get 4 companies. I tell them each of my walls are gonna get your product.
Okay.
I'm gonna see which one lasts, and that's the way.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so getting back to that, you've been in business a while. So, have there been changes in the quality and stuff of the stuff that you get?
That's what
through
Dad
these
says for
years?
sure.
Yeah.
My dad says he's now that he's actually in the actual business, he's not just a worker for someone. He even says, you know, these boards are teaching me because there's so many new products he didn't know.
Yeah.
He said, "Wow, this one, I like this one. Man, I don't remember being it this smooth." And
Yeah.
there's been changes every day. We're one of the companies around the Treasure Coast that we know of that we're actually in a association of painting contractors. So we're going to summits, we're going to expos to learn every day.
Yeah.
And we do about 2-3 of them a year, and that expands our business mentality of how to do it better every time.
You know, the reason that you bring people like this in is for you guys to understand that anybody can make this a DIY.
Yeah.
Okay? But I can tell you right now, it's going to cost you more in the long run,
Definitely.
and you're going to be miserable, and it's not your expertise. Your expertise is whatever your expertise is. I could change my own oil.
Mhm.
Been doing it in my car.
Yeah.
Well, it take me 2 hours. I can bring it in, half hour, finished. An hour and a half difference, $49. An hour and a half difference that I could spend with my family,
Yeah.
or work and make more money than it would cost me.
Yeah.
And I know I don't have to go back and I did something wrong. Same thing with you, what you guys do.
Exactly.
And as guys, we tell our wives, she says, well, you know, I want to paint this wall blue. Ah, it's easy. I'll just do it. As soon as you say the word easy, it's over. Okay? It's definitely over.
Yeah.
So, one of the things that I look at is painting is not just painting, because you said lines and edges, and we know that there's baseboards. Do you guys do it? I know your company does it all,
Yeah.
but it's like, hey, we're doing baseboards. You're doing them because you're better at. I mean, are you guys better at one thing than another?
As in us
Yeah, I know-
brothers,
yeah.
or as in
No,
like
brothers.
Oh, you're
because I know-
showing off.
I,
Oh, no.
I
No,
knew
well, I
that
mean-
if you talk about brothers, that was gonna come
Because
out.
brothers, I'm the one that does all the hands-on. I do all the brushing. I can do everything from painting.
Okay.
I do it all. And my brother also knows a lot of it too. And so, I take on a lot of stuff, but he knows how to cut just like I do. He has straight lines just like we do. It's just, we all take teams. And what we tell everybody at our company is that it's a teamwork. So if you see somebody struggling, we go and help them. And if we see somebody doing better in this area, then we put them in that area where
Right.
they're doing being better. Because why put somebody that's not productive and they don't know and not learning yet to somewhere where they can move quicker and they're more comfortable working. So we tend to always help our teams and doing things better and more comfortable.
We're gonna run out of time, but there's two things I want to know. When it comes to painting, what's the hardest thing? Is like cutting in the hardest thing to do?
For most of everyone, it's the prepping, and that's the number one key in painting is prep. And if you don't prep right, then everything else is gonna just
Fall apart.
fall apart.
Because the lines
So-
right now, nowadays, they have very good tape.
Yeah, so
You
you
just
can
tape everything up to be laser tight.
Yeah.
And you pull it off, and it's clean cut.
Yeah. a lot of clients, if you guys are looking, the ceilings don't get taped. You don't ever want to put
Yeah.
tape on that ceiling because it's going to be miserable. You're going to hate it. Your paint's going to bleed through when you're doing the top. When you pull the tape, as good as tape, it's not going to look as good as someone cut it.
And then it'll bring your ceiling texture down, and it's a bunch of stuff that
All in
we
the
can
prep.
name. And it
Okay,
it
and
goes
the
on.
last question before you give out your contact information is, what about like someone has a deck and they need it prepped and shellacked and whatever, or a driveway? You
Mhm.
guys do that?
Yes, sir.
We just again, because of the classes that we do, got certified for epoxy flooring, floor coatings.
That's so cool.
Yeah, that's a whole different industry that my brother or my dad really didn't get into. I'm the kind of guy that's always looking.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, let's get into this. I like how it is. Epoxy countertops, epoxy to your garage floors, overlaid, which is concrete on your driveway to make it look stamped concrete.
Yeah.
Staining.
It can
We
make
got-
your patio look like
So-
deck planks. and
So
things
instead
like
of
that.
putting down, for lack of a better word, because I
Wood.
can't think what they are, no, the tiles, the pavers.
Okay, yeah.
You can actually lay concrete and then
Yeah.
paint it and
Make
cut it
it
and make it
look-
look like paper.
Yeah.
How cool is
It's
that?
all, it's
guys?
all the stamp. It's,
That's like so cool. All right, how do people find you? You have a website?
For sure. www.lozanobrosepainting.com.
BROS?
BROS, abbreviated for brothers.
And
Right.
You can check us out on Instagram, on Facebook. Our new YouTube is soon to come up.
LinkedIn for the business owners.
And just
Yep.
keep us
LinkedIn is
in
big
check.
for what you do. You have a phone number where people can reach you?
772-332-7601.
Everybody, it's so important to use a professional and people that care. That's why these guys are on. Have a great day. I want to thank you guys for coming in.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.
Thank
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
We'll be right back.
Thank you.